Hey, Cara.
Hey, Leanna.
Okay, so we all know what time and season this is right now. So let's talk a little bit about some challenges that have presented themselves for really all of us and all of our families.
Well, I think the biggest challenge we're all facing right now is just a disruption in life as we knew it. Everything just coming to a screeching halt. And I can speak for my own household of how we're struggling with not being at school and not being at sports and not being with friends. And, even today we found out church is now all going to be online. So all of our points of connection have kind of stopped. And I know the little person at my house has struggled with that. And I can only imagine others are as well. So
Absolutely.
lack of structure and routine and change in routine is like top of mind for me.
Yes. And also for us as parents, I mean, some parents are having to stay home. Work schedules are kind of also in flux as well. And we're also dealing at a time where information is somewhat changing daily. So I think that one thing we want to start off with is for our own emotional and nervous system well-being is that as parents, we want to be there for our children, which means we have to take care of ourselves. And one of the things that I've been talking with some families is about having one daily check-in. And what's been helpful is, as you see fit, would be to monitor how and when you see the news coming in. Sometimes it's helpful to wait for it to come in at the end of the day so that you and your partner, or you can just kind of digest that information so that it can inform how you want to proceed for the next day. And then have that one check in a day where you check in with the kids and say, hey, do you have any questions about what's going on? What's going on about school? What's going on in terms of our community? And then that way kids know that they're going to be checked in regularly and we can help them regulate through what they're feeling.
I like that. I think that's important that we give them a chance to voice how they're feeling, because as we're dealing with our own dysregulation, sometimes we forget that they have questions and stressors that they're feeling and they may not be able to name yet, but they just know things are different, and that can be hard.
Absolutely. So talk to me about the structure of the day. What have you been hearing that's been most successful and what do you suggest?
Well, number one, get a structure. Get a bedtime routine going again, get a normal wake up time. I know some schools start online learning as soon as Monday, and so that, helps bring some structure back, but our kiddos need predictability right now. They've lost all of that in the last couple of weeks, and so we've got to bring that back. So get some structure, and of course that's going to vary from family to family and kiddo to kiddo, but I think within that, parents, if you can just make a list of these are the things that need to happen, and then give your kiddos some choices about what does that schedule look like, what order they want to do things in, when do they want to take a break, and within that structure, get them moving. We have got to make sure that they still move. Create a PE time if you need to. Create some obstacle courses outside. Get some neighbors together and get a good game of football going in the street. Whatever you need to do to get kids moving, they've got to move. They cannot just be sitting in the house all day.
Yes, they need to be moving their vestibular. We got to still feed their vestibular system, their proprioceptive system. We need to be really monitoring their sensory system, and on that, their visual schedule. Because I think in this, especially right now, kids need to visually be able to anchor into something. They need to know what's coming next, to see what's coming next, and for them to feel productive and how the day is moving, so that we can keep the energy of the day moving and knowing where it's, the progressions of it, which can be really important and super key at this point in time. And I want to also stress too, watch how many expectations you put on yourself right now, right? Because right now we have to just name it and acknowledge this is stressful, right? And there is a time for everyone. And there is a time for survival mode, right? And we don't want to be in denial. Survival mode has its benefits if it's anchored, if it's grounded, if it's supported, because in that mode we actually have the flexibility to adapt. And so this right here, where we are in, we're in the adaptation phase, right? And so again, monitor and really manage your expectations. Don't put too many things on your plate or expectations too high. So
Like
yeah, so I think we're definitely going to be talking more about issues at hand and challenges at hand at home as we all navigate this together. Is there anything else that you want to add for today, Cara?
I think the only other thing that I have heard from families lately, of course, we're going to have sibling issues rise up. We are all spending a lot more time together than we're used to spending. And so I think giving each one of your children a place that's theirs so they can go and get away if they need to, and it's their own space that doesn't have to be shared. And if they need a break from everyone, they have a place to go do that. I think that's a good proactive step. Instead of waiting for the chaos to ensue, be proactive and say everyone has their place and that's where they can go if they're feeling like it's just a little too much, and just get some alone time. Because I think we're all feeling that right now. We're all used to having certain moments of the day that we can just be.
Yes.
We're not getting that anymore. So
Yes. So we want to intentionally create those moments just to be for everyone. So,
yes.
okay. Well, we will be talking to everyone soon, and our hearts are with you.